About GLECTA. Well, GLECTA. Now people are like, what exactly is GLECTA? As you all know, we are an online platform, a platform which is, dealing with online studies. In this world, we are having pandemics all around us, in which we need to actually modify ourselves and stay safe at home as well. So GLECTA is always helping you to do or to cover whatever exam you're preparing for, be it 11 plus, 7 plus, 9 plus, GCSEs, A-levels, KS2, KS3, SATs. It's like you name the exam and we are over here. So let's get started for today. Today we are going to do the content of 11 plus examinations. You have your exam after a month and I know all of you are stressed out there. So what to do? Well, as I told you that I'll be sharing techniques, tricks with you guys so that you can actually help yourselves with your mental math, do the question so quickly that you have the answer like right within a few seconds. And that's what we'll be doing today. We will be covering all the important topics in maths. For example, algebra. Now, I know that a lot of people face problems in algebras. Now, can you tell me that which topic do you struggle with the most? I want you to answer me in the comment section. Then some people are saying that I'm stressed. Okay, I know everybody is, darling, everybody is stressed because we have our exams on our head, right? So don't worry, we'll be covering the important topics and of course, you'll be getting other free classes as well. As promised, if you stay till the end of the class and give the maximum amount of answers, you will be getting a free mock test from our side as well. For the free mock test, you can just keep a check with the comment section over here and the link will be uploaded over there. Don't worry about it. And for the upcoming free classes as well. So let's start with today's topics. As I told, we'll be discussing techniques which we can use for algebra, for proportions, units, percentages, and like fractions. And then there is measurements, geometry, everything. We'll be discussing small techniques that you can use to improve your mental math. But before we start with anything, I want you guys to start with like a fun trick. Everybody out there, follow the steps that are written on the screen. It says think of a number and be very careful with your calculations. For example, I thought of a number 4. Multiply it by 3, I got 12. This is my example, but you guys have to take your own examples. Add 6, that would be 18. Divided by 3, that would be 6. Subtract the number that you got in step 1 from your number that you get in step 4. So that means 6 minus 4. Now, I got my answer as 2. I'm pretty sure that you would also be getting your answer as 2. Are you? Comments section, come on. Come in the comment section and mention it in the comment section below. Are you getting the answer as 2? Well, I know people are saying yes, they are. Well, what's the technique? Why am I getting 2? If you take any random numbers, you're always going to get the answer as 2. I'm not going to disclose my secret right away. I'll be saving it for the last, save the best for the last. So in the end, I'll be telling you how are we always getting 2 over here as the answer? What logics are we applying that we get 2 as the answer? So save this for the later part. All right, let's start with today's topic. The first question. Sam has a job in a toy shop. He earns 8.5 pounds an hour and receives 5% of the cost. He worked for 8 hours and sold 120 pounds worth of toys. How much did he earn? Now let's take a challenge on ourselves. I'm going to solve this question with a certain time limit. You guys start doing it too. The timer will be running on the screen and let's see how I can do it very quickly. So time starts now. I'm doing it behind me so that you guys don't cheat my answer. Come on, I don't want you to see my answer. Okay, I'm done. Like in less than 20 seconds, I'm done. Now I want to know your answer first. Do not see over here. Come on, not my answer. I want you to answer in the comment section below. So mention me in the comment section. What's your answer? I'm waiting for your answers. Yes, quickly do it. Now see, you guys are taking time, whereas I took no time and solved it so quickly. What's the technique? We're applying percentages over here. Now I'll tell you a simple technique. First of all, the thing that we are doing over here is 8.5. He earns 8.5 pounds per hour. So if he is working for 1 hour, Sam is earning 8.5 pounds. If he is working for 2 hours, the amount will get double, right? That means 8.5 times 2. So if he is working for 8 hours, what will be the earnings? They will just be multiplied by whatever number of hours he's working with. So over here, we will do 8.5 times 8. Now, instead of doing 85 times 8 and then shifting the decimal, no, boring technique. Let me write 8 as 10 minus 2. Do 8.5 times 10, which is 85. And 8.5 times 2, which is 17. And 85 minus 17, 68. You get the answer very quickly. That's how I was talking to you about that. That's how we can improve our mental math. So over here, I got this. This was a simple multiplication technique. Now talking about percentages. What do you mean by percent? The word percent means per 100 units. That's what we do while calculating percentages. For example, if I ask 20% of 50, you do 20 upon 100 times 50, and then you multiply them and then you divide by 100. No. We're not going to go the long way, not the boring way, not here at GLECTA at least. Simple technique that I'm telling you. If you have zeros over here in the end, like at the ones place, instead of doing 20 times 50 and dividing by 100, cross out these zeros. 2 times 5, 10. Simple. That's my answer. If you have 30% of 70, cross out the zeros. 3 times 7, 21. That's my answer. 40% of 60. 4 times 6, that's 24. And that's my answer. So this is a technique that you can use when you have zeros at the ones place. What if we do not have zeros? Even then, the technique is slightly the same. The only slight difference is that you shift the decimals. So for example, if I have, let's say, 5% of 120, like we just discussed in the question, right? So over here, you do 5 times 120, which is 600. Shift the decimal 2 positions in the right, 2 positions in the left, and your answer comes out to be 6.00. Simple enough. If you have to calculate, let's say 7% of some number, multiply it by 7, and then shift the decimal 2 positions in the left, and you get your answer. As simple as that, right? What if I ask you to calculate 45% of 120? Now see, the technique is that for each number, you can actually write each number as a multiple of something or divided by something so that you get your answers. 45. Instead of doing 45 times 120, not the lengthy way, come on. 45 can be written as 90 divided by 2. And it's easier to multiply 90 and 120, right? So, as I said, 90 upon 2% of 120. Cross out the zeros. You have 9 times 12, 108. Divided by 2, my answer comes out to be 54. Simple. See, that's how you can use these kinds of techniques to get the answers. See, a lot of people are mentioning 54 as the answers. Now you got the trick right. So, that's great. Let's come back over here. Alright, so, okay. There are so many people who have answered the correct answer. Very good. Alexa Brown says 6. Darling, 6 was for 5% of 120. Right. And then there are 54. Bella Jones says 54. And Nasreen says 45. You're doing 45%, darling. All right. Now over here, let's come back on this question. Now I hope you understood how are we doing this. First, I got 68 pounds as one of the answers. That's the cost that she's earning by working per hour. Now my question says that Sam gets an additional 120 pounds. So you just have to see 5% of 120. As I said, 5 times 120, 600. Answer is 6. This is the second earnings that he's getting. So 68 plus 6. 74. That's my answer. So now you guys tell me, how many of you were getting 74 as the answer? Yeah, I can see a lot of people are actually amazed by this trick. They're saying, wow, yeah, right. Now, the people who are already studying at GLECTA, they know all these kinds of tricks because we have already been discussing these kinds of techniques, these useful tips since the very beginning. So I'm sure they have mastered it now, and I'm very confident about my students that they're definitely going to clear the 11 plus examinations. That's how confident I am about my students. Let's move on to the next question. Oscar thinks of a number and calls it x. If Oscar adds 8 to x and multiplies the answer by 3. Oh, okay, wait. Wherever we see the word x. Okay, algebra. No, this is not my cup of tea. That's what usually people think. Now I'll tell you simple thing about algebra. Why are students so afraid of algebra is just because they haven't studied it in school yet. That's the only thing. If you are trying to think about, doing questions of algebra, try to visualize the question. Try to understand the terminology first. In algebra, there are two important things, constants and variables. Now, for example, if I say that you have 10 candies in your hands, that's a particular number that I'm telling you. 10 candies, 20 candies, they are fixed. They cannot change until and unless you're like, okay, let me eat 2 or 3. No, they won't change. I'm not allowing you to eat in the middle of the class yet. But what if I say that you have some candies in your hand? Now, what is some candies? It could be 2, 5, 200, 300. Voila, great. I would love candies, 500 candies, but not good for weight. So variable, let's say x, or any alphabet in my English series, or let's say any symbol. It's just symbolic to a variable, right? So variable is something whose values keep varying, right? Can anybody tell me what is the difference between a constant and a variable now? I want you guys to mention me. I have already explained you, but I hope this is clear. You guys have to tell me what is the difference between constant and variable. Yeah, you're getting it right. The constants and variables. Constant, a fixed number. Variable, whose value keeps on changing. X, Y, Z, etc. And that's all we have to do in the questions. Now coming back over here in the question, try to visualize what is written. But okay, I have told you about constant and variables, and I'm going to make an equation. Timer time again, a challenge time. Let's start. I am running up the timer for you. So over here I have this. I want you to answer me, come on. I'm doing it over here for you guys. I've got my answer in less than 20 seconds again. And I want to know your answers first. Come on, I'm not going to, show my answers until and unless you guys are answering me. Yes, so I want to see your answers. I want everyone to answer me in the comment section. Come on. All right, a lot of people are getting it correct, but I did it very early, okay? So let's see how we are doing it. It's all about visualizing this concept. 8 plus x is multiplied by number 3. Now remember, the most important thing over here is the brackets. The people who are getting wrong answers is because you must have not applied brackets, and that's the place where most of the people make mistakes. So 3 times 8 plus x is 7x. Now how do we solve it? 3 times 8 and 3 times x. Multiply by both the numbers written inside the brackets. So 24 plus 3x equals 7x. Now what kind of confusion do people face? What is about this x and this constant? Whenever you are solving an equation, just remember one thing, that you have to separate the variables and the constant. Okay, this one is a pretty easy equation, but just remember that you have to separate them. So if I have to separate 24 and 3x, 3x was happily sitting over here in the left hand side of the equation. If I shift it on the right side, adjustment always gives us problem. So when I shift it on the right side, it becomes sad, like, why are you shifting me on the right side? So it gets subtracted, like it was positive, but when I shifted, it became negative. So I would write 24 equals 7x minus 3x. Keep this x as it is, and 7 minus 3, 4. That's it. So you have 24 equals 4x. Now see, what is happening between 4 and x? 4 times x. That's what 4x denotes. So what's the opposite of multiplication? You just have to see how you can apply inverse operations. Opposite of addition, subtraction. Opposite of subtraction, addition. Opposite of multiplication, division. Opposite of division, multiplication. Right? So over here we have x equals 24 divided by 4, and that's 6. And that's how I'm getting the answer. As simple as that. So those of you who are getting incorrect answers, you need to see the brackets. I'm sure that's the place you would have done the mistake. All right, let's move on to the next question. Now, okay, this one is like, oh my God, how do I solve it? Let's start. The timer. I got my answer. Didn't even take 5 seconds. Okay, the management is not stopping the timer. They took 2 seconds extra, but I did my question in 5 seconds. All right. Now, what's your answer? You must be wondering like, oh my God, such a big number. No. Yeah, nobody's answering me for this one. Has anybody not solved it? You're taking a lot of time? Okay. Somebody named Mothership has answered 100. All right. I hope you didn't see what's written on my back. Okay, people are getting their answers, but after so long. Now, how do I do it? Simple thing that you can remember, the cancellations and fractions. First of all, in multiplication, when we are doing fractions or percentages, this word of means we have to multiply. So what's half of 2/3 of 3/4 of 4/5? Okay, come on, I'm not even going to write the whole of it. Come on. 8/9 of 9/10 of 1000. Yeah, I'm making the correction. Don't worry about it. So I have to see this. See, remember one thing. When you have same numbers in the numerator and denominator, they get cancelled out. Cross out 2 and 2, 3 and 3, 4 and 4. All of them are going to cross out. And in the end, I'll just be left with 10 in the denominator. So that's 1000 divided by 10, which is 100. Simple. So when you're solving your questions in 11 plus exams, remember that when you are multiplying the fractions, try to first cancel out them. Like if there is, suppose, let's say 46 or 23 over 46. Try to simplify it. Do 23 and 46 have any common factor? Yes, they have Common factor is 23. So just divide both the numbers in the numerator and denominator by 23 and you would get 1 over 2. A simple answer. Alright, let's move on to the next one. Mrs. Stewart gives out stars for good work in the class. Okay, that's me. I give stars for good work. Her box contains gold, silver and bronze stars. Like, stars are boring. I can give you candies and chocolates. As I told you guys that GLECTA is an online learning platform. But I can, I can keep giving you gifts if you answer me correctly. And the box contains 21 silver stars, 12 gold stars, and the probability that she chooses gold is 1/4. Now, this is a question related to probability. First, let's try to understand what do we mean by probability. What do you guys understand by this word probability? Answer me in the comment section. What do you mean by probability? Probability is actually the possibility that something happens. Like, how much possibility is there that it's going to rain tomorrow? Now, there could be like impossible event or an event which is certain. For example, something which is impossible. What is the probability that the sun will rise in the west direction tomorrow? Is that possible? Like, from the past billions of years, sun has been rising from the east direction. So that's impossible. That means probability is 0. Can you guys give me an example in which probability is 1? I want you guys to mention me in the comment section. Give me an example where probability is 1. So it's a name of a student that I'm reading. Rio Reyes Esports. And then he says the chance. So your name is pretty long. I would just say Rio has answered chance or probability of something happening. Now, whenever I'm reading out Rio's answers, it's like Rio Race Sports. Rio Race Esports, like an e-learning platform, GLECTA, e-playing activity esports. I don't know what that means, but all right. Give me an example where you're getting probability 1. Now, I'll tell you, probability 1 means something that is definitely going to happen. Sun rising in the east direction tomorrow, probability is 1, definitely certain. All my students clearing 11 plus examinations with great score. Probability 1. I'm sure about it. So over here I have some comments. Okay, somebody says that the chance that I will win the lottery is 1. Okay, I'm not really sure about that. You should not be that certain because we usually lose in those kinds of situations. Do not, get messed up with that kind of situation. A coin with both sides heads will land on heads. Well, a coin has 2 sides, tails and heads. So it's not like that both the sides will be heads. But all right. What do you mean by 1? Okay, MK has asked me the question that what do we mean by 1? Probability 1 means something that is definitely going to happen. Now, for example, what is the probability that I roll a dice, like dice, the game dice, which has numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on it? What is the probability that I roll a dice and I get a number greater than 0? First of all, probability is defined as or formulated as the number of trials that we are attempting divided by the total number of outcomes, the total number of results that I get. So first of all, how many numbers can I get when I roll a dice? It's 6, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the total number of results, 6. Now out of those 6 times, how many times am I going to get a positive number? All the 6 times. So 6 divided by 6, 1 is my answer. So that's what I meant by certain probability. 100% that it will happen. MK says, okay, my example is I will breathe tomorrow. Yes, probability 1. All right. And trials, number of outcomes. All right. So all the people are answering me 6. Yeah, yes, that's how many times I'm going to get a positive number. Now let's come back to this question. There are two types of questions that actually can be asked from your probability. Either they'll be telling you, okay, this bag has these many numbers of, let's say, black pens, black balls, blue balls, or something like that. Another bag has this. You have to take out something and you'll be calculating the probability. Those are like very easy questions. But sometimes the probability will be given to you and you can be asked, what is the total number of say balls in the bag or number of pens that we are taking. So let's have a look at this example. Mrs. Stewart gives out stars for good work in the class. Okay, I already read it out. So timer time, the challenge time. Let's start. I want everybody to start doing it. Okay, why am I writing on the top? No, I don't want you guys to see my answer. Okay, done. Now let's see how many people have answered me correctly. All right, you guys are getting 15 as your answer. That's great. A lot of people have answered me. Somebody is getting 14 as well. All right. Most of the people are getting 15. Very good. How do we do this? Now the probability that she chooses gold is 1/4. That means 1/4 of the total amount is given to be 12 because 12 gold stars. So what will be the total? For that we'll multiply 4 and 12. That would be 48. If the total is 48, out of which 21 are silver stars and 12 are gold stars, how many bronze stars am I left with? My answer comes out to be 50. That's simple. So I'm glad that everybody got the right answer. That's great. Now, okay, let's take a pause over here. Now over here, I'm going to ask you a simple question. Like this was a proper, like, you know, a concept related question. Now let me ask you a very interesting question actually. Can you tell me or can you think of a reason why 9 was afraid of 7? I want you to answer me in the comment section below if you have ever heard of thing like this, that okay, number 9 being scared of number 7. Let's see how many can actually tell me about this riddle. So I'm waiting for you guys to answer it. Everybody is in like a deep thought that, okay, wait, what? Why? Well, I'll tell you a simple logic. Why was 9 afraid of 7? Because 7, 8, 9. Yes. Some people already got the answer. Mothership, Lily Monte, Rio Race Esports. Yes, you get the correct answer. All right. Let's come back over here. Now, let's see this question. Two students are cutting squares of one corner. Now, this is a pretty logical question that we can easily do. Suppose I give you a sheet of paper and I ask you to cut out something and you have to calculate the remaining area. Just remember a simple technique that all you have to do is the area of outer shape minus the area of whatever shape or whatever area you have cut out. Over here, Moyo's sheet of paper is a rectangular sheet of paper. The dimensions are given as 22 and 12. And he cuts out a square with the sides of length 4 centimeters. This is 4 and this is 4. What area of paper is remaining when he has cut out his square? So you have to do the outer area, that is the bigger area, minus the inner area. All right. So how do we do it? Simple. The bigger area is 22 times 12. You know that area of a rectangle is length times the width, right? And then take them away from 4 times 4. That is the area of square. Again, length times width. Now a simple trick that I can tell you for doing 22 times 12. Whenever you have repetitive digits, Instead of multiplying the whole number, you just do 2 times 12, which is 24. And then add the digits. So 2 plus 4, 6. Your answer is 264. Take away 16. And that's it. Now this part is easy. Also, when you have to take away 16 or something like that, what you can do in your mind is, instead of actually solving it like crossing out and doing that, do 264 minus 10, 254 minus 10, 244. And there is a difference of 4, so 248. That's what we get. So that's simple. This is my answer, 248 centimeter square. Now, let's move on to the next part. Okay, I told you about a trick over here, 22 times 12. Let me just elaborate it for the people who have not been studying at GLECTA, because our students already know this trick. Whenever we have repetitive digits like 33, 55, or maybe even something like this big number, if I'm doing something like 33 times 7, just do 3 times 7, which is 21, and then add the digits. 2 plus 1, 3, and you get your answer. 55 times, let's say I'm doing 55 times 9. That's 45. 5 times 9 is 45. 4 plus 5, 9. If I do 66 times 7, 6 times 7. Now see how we can do this. 6 times 7 is 42. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 sixes are remaining. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 blanks. And then you add 4 plus 2, which is 6. And that's my answer. Simple. That's a shortcut that you can study over here. Alright, so Jason says that he studies at GLECTA but at English. So dear, you should be taking maths class too, so that you can actually learn these kinds of techniques in our classes. That's what we do. Yes. So a lot of people are getting enrolled. Yeah, over here people are getting about asking information about how to enroll. Don't worry. If you want to enroll, our management team, our admin team will contact you ourselves. Don't worry about it. There are numbers which will be mentioned over here, so you can contact us. The contact details are there on your screen, right? So you can see that. All right. Now, okay, let's take upon a challenge. I have been teaching you multiplication tricks. Now, I give you the liberty to give me any 3-digit number. I'll be solving the answer like within 2 seconds without using a calculator. So give me any 3-digit number. Come on, I want you to answer me in the comment section. Any 3-digit number, anyone, whosoever gives me the 3-digit number first, I'm going to take that. So somebody says, no, Lily says 696. Now, how do I multiply 999 by 696? Let's see. One hand is writing and one hand is over here on this, like in front of you. So the answer is 695304. Okay, so I'm receiving a lot of 3-digit numbers. I said that I'm going to take the first one. Let me take any random. So Halima has given me 753. Let's see. 999 times 753. The answer would be 752. 247. Any other? Okay. So Lokeshwari says 798. So 999 times 798. Okay, now let me explain you the trick that I am using. Multiplying 3-digit numbers by 999. And then you can try them on your own. Alright. So all you have to do is step 1. Whatever number you are multiplying. For example, you guys, not me. You guys were the ones who gave me 798. So step 1. Take away 1 from the number that you have. So this would be 797. Now, whatever numbers that you're getting, like over here, I have 797. Step number 2, whatever numbers that you get, take them all away from 999. So what you can do is 9 minus 7, that's 2. 9 minus 9, 0. 9 minus 7, 2. So my answer is 797,202. Now I want you guys to check it on your own. 999, multiply it yourselves by any 3-digit number. Somebody is asking me, okay, that's Alpakina82. I'm sorry if I didn't pronounce your name correctly. Where did you went to be when you grew up when you were a kid? Dear, it's not about my schooling. These techniques I've developed on my own. I have researched a lot. I've researched it for you guys actually so that I can help you guys out there to improve your mental math. Now, people are still giving me 3-digit numbers. Okay, stop it, guys. So, now whatever numbers that you gave me, multiply it by 999 using the same technique. I'm sure you'll get the answer. Yes. So, Neha K says, wow, correct. Yes. Daksha says that she wants to go over it again. All right, I'll explain it for the people who didn't really understand it. This time on a clearer note. So, let me take any number that you guys have given me. So, Ekta says 279. All right. So, 999 times 279. Step 1. Take away 1 from the given number. So, that is 278. So, the first 3 digits would be 278. Then, step 2. Whatever number you have written, take it away from 999. So, 999, take away 278. 9 minus 8, 1. 9 minus 7, 2. 9 minus 2, 7. So, the last 3 digits would be 721. You can do it in your head if you want. Just 9 minus 2, 9 minus 7, 9 minus 8. I hope you guys understood this. Yes, I can see a lot of lovely reactions on the screen. Yes, so you can use it. All right, now I want you guys to try this question. I've already done the A part for you. I'm waiting for your answers for the B part. Let's see how many of you guys can do it actually. Till then, I'm going to go through your comment section, and if you are facing any problem apart from this, you can ask me in the comment section. Till then, I'm reading all of your comments, and I want you to side by side solve it. So Jason is asking, can we watch this? Yes, you can. After the live event is over, hopefully we'll be uploading it. I'm not really sure about it, but we'll let you know. Don't worry about it. And if you want to learn more tricks, why don't you join the upcoming free classes? As I said, we'll be holding more classes, right? So if you really want to learn them, then why do you want to rewatch the same thing? I'll teach you new techniques in the classes, right? All right. Now I hope you're done with this. Trick time actually. I'm going to tell you about the tricks that I'll be using over here. The technique is quite simple. Isel's sheet of paper is 98 centimeters by 102 centimeters and her square is cut out. The area of the sheet that she is left with is 8,396. That means there is this rectangle. Again, I'm cutting out. Okay, let me tell you, my drawing skills aren't amazing, so I'm going to give it a retry. So over here we have this. And I'm going to cut out a square, which actually looks like a rectangle maybe, but you can assume that it is a square. I told you, not really good with drawing skills. So over here we have 98 and 102. And after her square is cut out, the area remaining, this area that we have, that's 8396. What is the length of the square that she cut out? Now, as we did in the previous question, over here we have the area of outer part minus the area of this inner part would be this 8396, right? So, if I want to calculate the remaining area, that is the purple area, not the purple, the blue area. What will this blue area be? That would be the outer area, that is 98 times 102. Take away the remaining area, that is 8396. Now, how do you do 98 times 102? Please. Do not solve it like the whole of it. I'll tell you a simple technique that you can use. Over here, when you can see, we can write 98 as 100 minus 2. And 102 as 100 plus 2. Whenever you have these kinds of numbers, Like we have a minus b times a plus b. Whenever you have these kinds of numbers, the answer is always be the difference of the squares of these numbers. So this would be 100 square, take away 2 square. 100 square, that is 10,000, take away 4. So this would be just 9,996. So you have to solve 9,996, take away 8396. So your answer comes out to be 0, 9 minus 9, 0, 9 minus 3, 6, and over here we have 1600. Now that's the area that I got, but that's not what was asked in the question. In my question, I had to calculate the length. Now tell me one thing. If the area is 1600, what will be the length of the square? We know that side multiplied by the side in a square gives me the area. So that means you have to take out the square root of 1600. So what will be the square root of 1600? Separate it. I know it's a bigger number. You can write it as 16 times 100, right? Square root of 16 times square root of 100. Now this is a shorter way, right? You can use it. Square root of 16, 4. Square root of 100, 10. So my answer is 40 centimeters. That means the side length that was cut out was 40 centimeters. Now that's an easy question, right? Or I made it easier for you, I hope. All right, let's move on to the next question. But before I start doing the next question, again, a question just crossed my mind. Can anybody tell me, in a conversation between a triangle and a circle, what did the triangle say to the circle? If anybody has a clue, what did the triangle say to circle? Well, let me tell you, the triangle said to the circle that you are pointless. Okay, one more thing, Jason says that I don't know square root. All right, Jason, then I'll just quickly explain to you. You know perfect squares, square numbers. When you multiply a number by itself 2 times, we call it a square number. For example, Jason, if we have 4 times 4, that is 16. So 16 would be a square number. 6 times 6, that is 36. So that means 36 is a square number. So if I have to calculate the square root, that means I'm doing the opposite, calculating the opposite. Square root of 36 means that which number should I take in my mind that I multiply it by, twice, and I get 36 as my answer. So think of those such numbers like 2 times 2, 3 times 3. So 6 times 6 is 36. So square root of 36 is 6. That's how you do square roots. I hope everybody is clear with this. If you have any doubts, mention in the comment section below. I'm constantly seeing it. So let's have a look at the next question. The next question is, I can see a lot of reactions on the, the tricks that I have been telling you. Aksha says that, Miss, it said you are pointless. Yes, you knew the answer. That's great. Okay. Pakina is asking, is this for GCSEs? No, dear, it's not for GCSEs. It is for 11 plus examinations that we are preparing for. Okay. Now let's move on to the next question. Now that's a trick question again. Start doing it. Timer time, challenge time. I have a unique skill. I can talk with you guys and still do the questions. Like, that's multitasking. I'm running out of space. I have to hide it from you guys. Okay, I'm done. Now this was pretty lengthy question. I am done and nobody is actually stopping the timer. But I'm telling you, I did it in less than 45 seconds. Yeah. Also, we have been mentioning the comments in the comment section below about the link of the mock test that we promised you guys. So check in the comment section. We have already commented a lot of, links. So to download the free mock test for your practice, download it from over here. And of course, you know that if you're liking this class, make sure that you share it with your friends, because knowledge is like, the more you spread it, the more it's beneficial, the more beneficial it is. And also like it, come on, I know that you're liking the class already. Alright, I hope you guys are done. I want to know in the comment section that what have you guys answered me. So have you guys calculated the answers? Yes, right. Now let me see how we are doing it. The first statement is the mean of two smallest numbers is 3. Now what do you understand by mean first of all? This is a question from statistics. That is when we are calculating averages. For example, if I have a number 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. To calculate the mean of these numbers, you add all of these numbers, sum, divided by the total numbers of numbers. The total number of numbers that are there. So the sum over here would be 2 plus 3, 5, 5 plus 7, 12, 12 plus 8, 20, and 20 plus 9, 29, divided by 5. So 29 divided by 5, a short technique. How do I answer it in decimals? What will be 29 divided by 5? Can anybody tell me in decimals? The answer is 5.8. Now, how did I get it so quickly? As I said, all my students already know this technique. Whenever you're dividing a number by 5 and you want to convert it in decimals, the simplest thing that you can do is multiply the numerator by 2. That's it. Alright. So 29 times 2. What is the double of 29? That's 58. Right? And then you put a decimal in between. A simple way. If I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 1 divided by 5. Okay, such a long number. Double it up. You just have to convert it in decimals. So what will be the double of this number? I'm doubling each digit. And then since I have 5 in my denominator, I'm going to put a decimal over here. If I have 50 over here, then I would be putting a decimal over here. So it depends on how many number of zeros we can have, right? So you guys are getting correct answers. Let's come back over here. Let's see how we can do it. So we have a plus b divided by 2, mean of two numbers. That is coming out to be 3. So you multiply it by 2 on both the sides. So 3 times 2, 6. Now since a and b, both of them are odd. So what is the possible combination that I can have for addition of two odd numbers that gives me 6 as the answer? So one number could be 5 and one number could be 1. Similarly, for the mean of the 3 smallest numbers, a plus b plus c, divided by, since I'm taking 3 numbers, divide them by 3, this is equal to 5. I already have the values of a and b, so 6 plus c, that is 5 times 3, 15. So c equals 15 minus 6, which is 9. In a similar way, you can calculate the value of d. And most of the people have already answered me in the comments section. So yes, you're getting the correct answer. Very good. I can see that you guys are enjoying the class. So do not forget to like it. Come on, if you're enjoying it, like it, subscribe our channel and forward it even to your friends to like it and forward it to your friends to even subscribe the channel. Okay. So Sieda says, hi, can you tell me some tricks to find out square root in which we can get the answer in decimal? Yes, darling, definitely we will. As I said, we'll be having more free classes. So make sure that you stay updated. subscribe to our channel, and you'll be getting updates about the upcoming free classes that we'll be taking, so that over there we can discuss these kinds of techniques. And if you want, you can contact our management team. The numbers are already given over here. So if you want, we can hold a special class for you if you want that. All right. Now, that would be actually all for today. So I hope that you understood everything. We can discuss a lot of more questions in our upcoming free classes. As you can see, I was not really, over with the questions. They are for the next free class. So I have one philosophy in life. No matter how much, we fancy expensive things, right? But no matter whatsoever fancy thing or expensive thing, sorry, not fancy, whatsoever expensive thing we fancy, never miss out the opportunity to get a free product, maybe a free class or free food, a simple philosophy, right? People are saying bye already. No, wait. I have to tell you a few important things. We're not really done, as I said. So here are some key 11 plus exam dates of different counties. If you want, you can take a screenshot of these and we'll be mentioning them over here. People are already thanking me for amazing tricks. I want you to wait, guys. Come on. As I said, if you stay till the end, you'll be getting free classes in the future. You'll be getting free mock tests. The link is already there in our comment section. And over here, we have these dates. So you can make sure that you are applying to all the exams that you want to, and do not miss out these opportunities. Thank you for the free class, says Jason. You're most welcome, dear. So these are the counties that we were talking about. And last but not the least, if you really like this class, as I said, you have to subscribe to our channel. And if you want, we can hold special classes for you. If you think that there are so many techniques that you want to learn, just like now, somebody said me that they want to learn the technique of calculating square roots in decimals. So don't worry, the tricks are not over yet. This is what we have been teaching since like day one in our classes at GLECTA. So I'm pretty sure, I'm pretty confident that my students have mastered these tricks, right? So Anna says, I always didn't like this subject, but miss looking at how passionately you teach the subject, this became my all-time favorite. Now, this is the best comment that I could have read. This is so sweet of you, but I'm telling you, it's you guys who, if you understand the tricks, if you understand everything, and you score well in your exams, my job here is done. I am satisfied with it. So anybody who's looking forward to enroll, we have already mentioned it in the comment section below. We'll be discussing past year papers because, we have just 1 month left for the exam. So in our classes, if you want to enroll with us, we'll be discussing past year papers, the important mock tests, and these kinds of tricks and techniques. There are like hundreds, no, thousands, no, tens of thousands, a lot of tricks that I can share with you guys. So I hope you enjoyed with me today. I had a fun session with you guys and you guys were amazing. All your answers were correct, and make sure that you learn these tricks, practice them, and I'm sure about it that you'll ace it in your 11 plus examinations. Thank you for joining us, everybody.